Hi, everybody. It's me, Chris. Sorry for almost doing 2 playthroughs on the intro. For some reason, I think it's going to be a good idea to do the 10 o'clock one sometimes. Because I switch between 10 and 10:30, if you didn't notice. And my thought process is like, oh, if I start at 10, then I'll be done a little bit earlier and I'll have more time to get work done. But then I'm always rushing around and barely pulling it together. So, happy Friday. I don't feel like trash this week, which is pretty cool. Last week, I was like, oh, I don't feel well. Turns out I had the COVID, which was rough. But I'm here, and I'm ready to draw names again. It's getting to a point where I don't even haven't even been thinking about what I'm going to do for the live stream because I've just been doing names. And I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of would like to do some different stuff every now and then, but, it's hard to plan it all out. But thank you all for tuning in. Looks like there's a ton of people in the chat already. Lots of channel members. Speaking of which, let me just quickly get that out of the way. Shout out to all of my channel members, especially the super supporters and above, who get their name drawn and included in all the videos that I make while they are active members. This is the current lineup of absolute heroes. There's a couple in here who weren't done yet that I was working on before the live stream went on, so I will shout them out when I switch over to my iPad. But thank you to those people. I am in the process of moving the main perkage, is that a word? The main upper tier membership categories to Patreon, mainly because the YouTube member experience doesn't allow me an easy way to interact with everyone, and I can just do a lot more with Patreon. So I'll still have a base level YouTube membership for the special stuff YouTube does, but the higher tiers will be moving over to Patreon soon. So look out for that. Nolan Blair, you are a graphic design student in Halifax, and you said my videos have helped you process workflow on the iPad so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. We've got a lot of names already queued up. We've already got a super chat. And we're going to be drawing Michelle Zipka first. That is a very complicated way to spell Zipka. I appreciate that. Let's switch over to my iPad and get a move on. I got some dumb morning hair. What do you guys think about that? I need a haircut. What am I doing with my hair? Oh boy. Okay, iPad. Hey iPad, how's it going? We're on my iPad screen. Let me get my head together for a second. I just want to pop out the chat window because I forgot to do that so I can see some of the stuff going on. I know Matt is gathering, main questions for me so that I can see them while drawing and not have to pay attention to everything. But, I like to see what's going on too. So shout out to the newest channel members, Richmond Design Co., The Video Editing Room, and Matt D. Brown. Matt, I'm sorry that's not finished. I didn't get there yet, but it's close. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. Let me put this stuff in a folder so that I can come back to it later and update the graphic. Get a new layer going. Get my sketchy pencil. I have my Sketchboard Pro on a higher tier today, and I'm wondering if it's gonna make the microphone difficult. Let me moving my screen Sorry, I'm an extra mess today. I'm gonna reset. Okay. Sean Smart, you said just found out about you, and have been loving your videos. Lots of good stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Stinko Art Premium Perkage Draw Hat. That's probably a good idea. Is that what did I literally say premium perkage? Wow. Crystal Rose, doing an assessment for a graphic design job, watching along for inspiration. Cool. Glad to be of support. All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to draw the most complicated name I have done on a live stream. Not the Michelle part, the last name. So let's get this written down. Michelee. I couldn't even get through it without the Mickey Mouse song popping in my head. Okay. S, Z, C, Z. Are you kidding me? This is a joke, right? Y, P. I'm under the impression that you just slammed the keyboard and were like, draw this, jerk. That's what you said to me. All right. I got to double check this because I do not trust myself to remember that I did that correctly. S, Z, C, Z, Y, P, K, A. All right, Michelle. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just start scribbling some stuff. Like maybe these letters can fit together in an interesting way. So we got an S. The Z is sort of like, maybe the S and the Z. And this. And another Z. These are the same shapes going back and forth forever. Almost. And then a Y. And then a P. Maybe we can do something with this. Let's make it a little bit more legible and then figure out something with the Michelle. Let me turn on some background music because this is a lot. Humberto Tramujas, sorry. I'm just watched the Adobe character video, really cool. Oh, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Right before I went on, I got like a comment update, so I looked at it and it was like, it is just so sad to see what's happened to 2D animation, which I think someone was just so offended at how bad they think my work is that it's a crying shame. Is basically what they said. So it was a nice like little, just a little pep talk before going live. Okay, let's see. What can we do to make this Y a little bit more Y-ish? I guess that's pretty Y-ish. I think this is kind of fun. We just got to be careful to keep the roughness, because if it gets too tight, I feel like it's going to lose some of that energy. Let's double check the spelling again. All right, let's see if there's a way to get Michelle in here in a way that looks good. I don't know why I feel like it should be different. Mahalo, I stopped drawing for a while, and now when I picked up my tablet, I can't stop drawing. That's the best. Neil Fawcett, I watched your ADHD videos yesterday. I feel like you're the only designer I've actually felt motivated by. Just wanted to say thank you. Oh, wow, thank you. That's really nice to hear. Okay, so I kind of like having these two different styles sort of working together. I think I'm going to lean into it. Let's make it bigger and see if we can make it a little bit better. I'm going to use the classic anchor. Bump up the line weight a bit. Carlos Rubio Art said, "Hey, glad to catch a live stream. I'm glad that you're here to catch a live stream." Cannabis saves. Some folks are just grumpy wieners. Ain't that the truth? Let's fill some of these in so we can get a better feel. Make sure we're not making some huge mistakes. Make sure it's looking okay. I think it's kind of fun. All right, I'm gonna do a new layer for Michelle because I'm not fully confident in that one yet. So I think I'm gonna keep the script for Michelle, but like do this sort of undulaty, thick line weight for it to make it feel cohesive. The good Chad said, "You feel that? I've been having the most bizarre conversation with someone who believes painters aren't artists unless they have decades of experience. And if you call yourself an artist, you're not one. People are just weird with their decisions or their opinions. It's like, why? Why do you think silly thoughts?" I'm having some weird issue going on with my brush setting. I don't know if it's my brush settings or if it's something with the Apple Pencil Pro. I thought there was something wrong with my Fresco because the capture pattern export wasn't working. So I panicked and just uninstalled and reinstalled Fresco, and turns out it's a bug in the current version and it's going to be fixed with the update at the end of the month. Apparently it's an issue with a few of the different export things. But anyway, regardless, I think I turned something off that has to do with the Pencil Pro. Maybe it's something with the barrel roll. But I'm getting a lot of weird variation and taper that I don't like. And I remember having it when I first got the new iPad Pro with the Pencil Pro. And I can't remember what I turned off. But it's annoying. I think I want to try knocking this out of black, making it white out of black. Trent Langley said, "Heard something the other day that hit me. No one doing more than you will criticize you. It's always people doing less." That is very true and wise words. So just like close-ish border around it, but simplified a little bit like this. And then I think what we'll do, we'll fill that in, and then I'm going to load this as a selection and then erase it from that shape. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully you like it, Michelle Zipka. Thanks for testing me with that spelling first thing in the morning. I think I forgot the whole gist about these name drawing live streams. So to keep things fair, I try to do them first come, first serve based on when the chat goes live, like when the live stream starts, not when the chat goes live because I scheduled it ahead of time, but whoever, like when I go live, whoever is there. Wow. And there's the ability to cut the line with a super chat of $20 and up. Otherwise it's first come, first serve. So next up we have another super chat. So where we're doing some line cutting right off the bat. So the next one is a super chat from Merlinda Vergonio. Maybe pronounced wrong. Thank you so much for the super chat, Merlinda. I'm just bumping up my the size of the text in my window so I don't take so long looking at it. VER. I'm like being extra careful because a couple of times I've spelled things wrong and I'm getting yelled at in the chat, getting yelled at in text messages, and I don't notice it right away, and then I get caught, and then I notice it and I'm like, oh God, and then I feel all panicked and stressed out because I messed up. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I don't know. I'm just gonna sketch a little bit. I kind of want to start with this R and the L because I'm curious if we can do some sort of like kind of curvy thing together where they sort of fit together. I don't know. Well, let's keep playing. See if it gets us anywhere. Stinko Art, you said, I always hated hand lettered art because I suck at it. You make it look easy. Good job, Chris. I've always enjoyed doing it, and I've done it so much. I think it's one of those things that's just like a practice thing. It also, you know, helps that I was previously a graphic designer and, you know, studied type forever and like letter forms. So, you know, there's that. But I'm just sort of, I think of it as like drawing, but just using letters, I guess. Okay, let's see. I don't like this yet, but, you know, I iterate. Like, that's my process for everything. I just, like, do something like this and then bring down the opacity and then just try to, like, make it better and, like, see what's working, what's not working. Right now, the last name feels like it's kind of cramped in the space. So, I don't know. I want it to be a little bit bigger, but not that much bigger. So I'm like trying to match up where shapes work together, like the top of the R, and then this like tail I put on the M, and just sort of like repeating shapes for fun. We could do like a lowercase style G here, something like that. Maybe. Might be getting somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do is move over here to the A, so that, because I kind of want that, the visual balance, the symmetry, and then I can kind of work my way, like I'll there and then come back over here maybe, and that'll help me from running out of space. I think, see, we got an issue with that initial RL jammer. What am I talking about? Anyone know? Because I certainly don't. All right, we're close. We're close. So now, let's just, I was talking about that iteration thing. Let's just look at them side by side. And you can see, like that first one was, you know, nothing. But now, just like addressing what was not working on that other one and trying to make it a little bit better, now we can use this as a new starting point, and things will be better again. I think at this point I'm ready to start with my inking pen, because I think it's pretty much there and we can finesse as we go. Okay, I'm gonna start here. So I'm starting with the spots that I want to work together better. And those areas will impact the way the other things are drawn, because they're going to be drawn to work with those. Did you see what happened there? See how much that tapered? It's got to be like a barrel roll thing that I need to turn off, because I don't want it to do that. I think I'm drawing with a bit too thick of a brush. I think I'm gonna size down a little bit. Patrick Putman. Hey Chris, any idea when you might post a new class on Skillshare? I'd love to take another class before my trial runs out next month. I am working on it right now. It's something I was actually talking about before with that capture pattern thing not working in Fresco. The reason I was doing it is because I'm working on a class using Fresco and Capture together to make seamless repeating patterns. And so that slowed me down on the class, because that was the class. But now that I know that it's just a bug that'll be fixed at the end of this month, I'm back on it, and I can still work on it because the process still works on the on the beta version, which is, you know, the next version. So I know it's going to work fine. So, you know, that's, I'm hoping to make some good progress on it in the next couple weeks. So hopefully, yes, soon, very soon. I'm very overdue. I was supposed to have that class done months ago. But the holidays and getting sick and client work and just everything was battling me to not get things done. Gonna have to do some cleanup on this one, but we're getting there. Nico Siasako, why do you like Fresco? Have you tried Procreate? That's a funny question because some of the most popular videos on my channel and like videos where there's lots of angry comments are about like one of the earliest videos I ever made, which was the first video to kind of get traction on my channel, was a comparison of Fresco and Procreate. I actually worked, so assuming you're new to my channel, based on that, I'm a professional illustrator. I've been an independent illustrator for like 16 years. I was a designer before that, and I do 98% of my work drawing on an iPad. Before Fresco, I used Procreate for years. And before that, I used a Cintiq and Photoshop. Before that, I used Paper. Anyway, I think Procreate is a great app. I have no issues with it, but there are a lot of things that are unique to Fresco that I prefer and make my work easier. If Fresco didn't exist, I think Procreate is fine. One of the things is in Fresco you can work in both pixel-based art and vector art in the same file. That's really helpful for me because as an illustrator, sometimes I need to deliver artwork in vector, and it's much faster and easier to be able to just draw directly, seamlessly. It's actually one of the easiest, most natural vector drawing experiences. Well, it is the most natural vector drawing experience I've ever had because it just feels like you're drawing with a normal brush. In addition to that, Fresco has some really great motion features, and I like to incorporate motion into my illustration, and I'm hired to do that quite a bit, and it's just something that I enjoy doing. And Fresco just has so many really, really easy ways to do it fast. Like you can just like draw paths, and you can combine frame by frame with motion paths. You can like literally make something move and animate in seconds. And I have used Procreate Dreams too. I have video talking about that as well. Procreate Dreams is a very different thing. It's like a full-on animation application. Like if you wanted to animate a short, you could do it in Dreams. You wouldn't want to do that in Fresco because one of the unique things about Fresco's motion is that every layer in your document can have its own timeline, and that makes it super easy to do things like have things moving at different speeds, or just like if you're someone who's not that comfortable with animation, you can just like slowly go through adding motion to like one thing at a time as you build up your confidence, and it just makes it really easy. I have a lot of videos that explain that in more depth. And you know, there's so much so much movement stuff is way easier than, even Procreate Dreams, let alone Procreate. There's other reasons too. Because I worked for so many years in Photoshop, I have a lot of like brushes and settings from Procreate that I'll just transfer over because it's native, like Fresco files or Photoshop files. Also for client work, if I get edits and I need to send a PSD or something, like it's just seamless back and forth. Even though you can export PSD from Procreate, you still have to like export it, re-import it. In Fresco, it's just already a PSD. I can go over my computer, do something in Photoshop, save the file, and then it's already updated when I come back to Fresco. That was a lot of stuff I just talked about. All right. I think this turned out pretty good. I hope you like it too, Melinda. Next up, let's see. All right, Nolan Blair. You are the next name. We got those 2 LA things in a row. Maybe we could do something with, I don't know. I was thinking about like block letter situation, but I think I just want to kind of freestyle here. We got these 2 LAs and they're sort of like stacked. Maybe we can play with that. Merlinda, you said you love it. Thank you. Thank you. Crystal Rose, finding your channel got me back into hand lettering. Haven't done it in a while, even though that's what initially got into graphic design. Oh, cool. I guess same to me too. When I was a little kid, I used to like redraw the album packaging around my house, like records and CDs, cassettes, whatever. And I always loved doing like what is that R? That's not a letter that's supposed to be there. I really enjoyed doing that for some reason. I was really drawn to it, and that's what I like. Went to school for design. I like wanted to be a designer. I was a designer, but I didn't even consider illustration because I guess I didn't really know what it was. I just wanted to design album covers when I found out it was a job. Okay, I like this sort of like undulaty thing. I just want to push it a little bit more. So let's blow it up. Maybe we can push it around with the liquify. Bigger. I think we've gone too far, but I'm gonna use that as like a new starting point and make it better than that. Okay. Nolan, you said what brush are you using for your inking? So before I was using the classic inker from my Retro Splyco set. That one, number 2, ink, classic inker. It's like it emulates like the like before I worked digitally, I used to draw with like a sign pen, like or even like a felt tip pen, and it's sort of like that because it's like pretty, not a ton of pressure sensitivity, but it's a little bit enough to like taper my lines, but it has a good amount of control, but it's also got like a little bit of grit to it, which I like, but like not a wild amount of grit. It's just like that nice analog feel where it looks authentic. Let's see. I think we got to do this A first because we need a little bit more space to get that counter at the bottom. Not the Animator, finding your channel has helped you, or finally making a daily drawing challenge and you're having fun while making it. I'm slowly filling up a sketchbook and so proud of myself for that. That's amazing. Nothing better than drawing every day. Roxanne Art C, you said you just finished the first Skillshare class. You haven't posted your homework yet though. I assume you're talking about my Skillshare, one of my Skillshare classes, and thank you so much. That reminds me that I really need to go on there and review new student projects. Okay, I'm into this. I hope you are too, Nolan. Let's make a tighter version. Let's double check the spelling. Nolablai. Okay, cool. I'm going to use that classic inker again. I'm going to start with the areas that I want to fix a little bit. Not a ton that I have a problem with, but this A could be a little more A-like. Alex Garcia, you said you've been watching my channel while learning your new drawing pad. What is the music you're vibing to when your vid ends, I just want the music to so basically, when you do YouTube videos, you got to be very careful about copyright stuff. Like, so if you use music that you don't have the copyright to, your channel will, lose its ability to monetize, etc. Anyway, so I have a subscription to a service called Epidemic Sound where I license music from, and it's just sort of stuff that I found on there. I find it hard to find stuff, like, because there's so much stuff on there, but it's like hard to search. It's not Epidemic Sound's fault. It's just like you just have to search by like genres or vibes, but then there's a lot of wiggle room. It's tricky. So this is stuff that I've found over the years, just like a mix of kind of like lo-fi hip hop or like I don't know. There's some like weird 80s synth stuff or stuff that I like used for a specific video, and it's just sort of mixed here in the background. I always want to like spend some time and go in there and find some new stuff, but time. It's hard. It's hard to have the time. This is just getting pumped up music right now. Nolan Blair. I like the way this one turned out. I hope you do too. Cool. Up next. Is this a real name? Hampus Jerkfelt. I kind of feel like I'm Mo on The Simpsons and Bart Simpson is calling and I don't know what I'm saying. Hampus Jerkfelt. All right. I like that the last name has the word jerk in it, and it kind of makes me want to like do something fancy to like I don't know, just because I think that might be funny. Like if we had we got a lot of tricky script letters in here. So I don't know if this necessarily is what I want to do. It is kind of funny. I think I'm might lean into. Oh, I put it on the same layer. That's annoying. Hampus Jerkfelt. I know it sounds weird, but I'm Swedish. And you got hella T's for your last name at school. Well, I am sorry for contributing to that, but I will say solidarity because I got picked on for my last name too, which it seems silly now because it's not that obvious. but my last name is Piascik. Some things that I was called, one, Piascik, piss ass, what else? Piascik, I don't know. There was other, maybe it was just those. I remember piss ass. That was the yelled down the hallway at me at one point. I keep doing stuff on the same layer, and that's not what I want to do because I want to move stuff around so I can play with it. Now that I know that story, though, it makes me want to go with this like fancy vibe for it. Will, you said, hey Chris, you discovered a hack to create repeating patterns in Fresco that is so simple, it will have you saying, why didn't I think of that? I'll drop you deets in an email. Interesting. Why didn't I think of that? Maybe if there was like a border around this. And then hey, this was like 3D into it. Like that maybe. Look at this mess right here. I have a plan I'm working towards. Okay. This looks like a hot mess. I know. But I'm not that concerned. I feel like I have a plan of attack here. I'm gonna have to add in some weight so that J doesn't look like an F, but we'll just accentuate this part. I think actually, no, what we can do is just get rid of this part and then it won't feel like an F. Okay. So I'm going to give the Hampus part a little bit more energy and playfulness to kind of contrast that, and then that'll be like 3D coming out of it. I like it. All right, let's make it happen. Okay. What's happening here? What did I do? Did I break something? I just hit 92,000 subs. That is exciting. Shout out to all the people here. Hey guys, my Apple Pencil is not happy right now. I'm gonna switch the tip. Maybe my tip is a problem. We are creeping on 100,000, and I am pretty excited about that. The good Chad said, I'd like to request Piascik be entered into the request line. That is rude and not nice. All right, we're gonna do a, we're gonna relaunch, and we're gonna hope that my Apple Pencil is not being a, uh-oh, client work, gotta hide it. You didn't see it. You ever wonder why things stop working? I've never had this happen before. Obviously, it would happen on a live stream. All right, I have a plan. The plan is I'm gonna answer a couple questions, and we're gonna do a little restart. Glad to power up. Okay, PMR Studio said, hey Chris, just pop by to say hi. Hi, thank you so much. I appreciate you checking in. Gwogster, have you listened to any of Ned's Atomic Dustbin yet? Oh my goodness, I forgot, and also Matt put it on my to-do list, and it still didn't happen. I am the worst person alive. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do anything. Krusty Boot, you said, hey Chris, love your videos. As someone that is just now getting into drawing, your vids have been really inspirational. I appreciate that so much. That is so nice to hear. Neil Godding, you did the whole steal like an artist thing. I copied some of your skull drawings to get me rolling, and now I'm off to the races, having a blast drawing skulls. Thanks for inspiring. Amazing. I'm so glad to hear that my skulls were helpful. Skulls are super fun. All right, let's see. Okay, woohoo! We're back in the saddle. I don't know what happened, but everything is okay now. Patrick Putman, you said, would you say that your drawing ability is more skill, more talent, or the result of lots of practice? I've been drawing for 3 weeks now, and you make it look so easy. I think that the idea of talent is a scam and not real. I think that because you know, no one's like just naturally, like some people are better at it, but I honestly think it's not that they're better. I think it's that they enjoy it more, so they spend more time doing it, and that makes them better. Or they're just like more observant, so they look at things a little bit differently. I have a video coming out on Tuesday, actually, where I redraw a couple old drawings that they're not even that old. They're like from when I was a professional illustrator, but like 10 years ago. And man, the difference is wild. Like I did a daily drawing challenge thing for like over 14 years. But after I hit 1,000, I put out a book, 1,000 Days of Drawing. And when I look at that book, boy, everything in there is just so embarrassingly bad to me. And even the second one, like I did a book when I reached 2,000 drawings. This is another 1,000 Days of Drawing. And I hate nearly everything in that book, and it's just bad. So it's all about practice and working and making lots of stuff and getting better. Talent is for people who want an excuse and be like, oh, I don't have the talent. You just don't want to draw a lot. Something didn't load on the stream. Oh. I think my chat thing is broken. I'll just turn that off. There we go. Jack the Huge, you said you loved your Stinktober contest. Any plans for something similar in the near future? Well, so I did Stinktober last year, and this past October is sort of like to go along with Inktober, but I would like to do more of those because they're fun, spread out throughout the year. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know, I'll come up with an idea for maybe like a spring one or something, or I was gonna say February, but that's too soon. I don't have an idea for that. Maybe I really am motivated by, what's the word for things that sound? Not sound. Like, so it was Inktober and I made Stinktober. What am I thinking of? Like, man, my brain. Like Taco Tuesday, that kind of thing. Like early on in the channel, I did like shorts on Fridays that were Fresco Fridays. That sort of not iteration. Anyway, whatever. So my point is that if I could think of something, it would motivate me to do it. Like, for example, when I was trying to come up with something to do for like 100,000 subscribers, I was like, oh, maybe I can do something to like lead up to it or like boost towards the end. And it was like, draw all day for the silver play, because you get the silver play button when you get 100,000 subscribers, and it's not that good. But listen, doesn't take much for me to get motivated to do something like that. And if it sounds good, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the thing. Merlinda, you said the pencil thing happened to me yesterday. It just mysteriously started working again last night. Weird. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Usually when there's issues, It's like the pencil tip is like got an issue. I'm at the point where I'm getting a little bit of a runny nose because my office gets freezing because it's 20 degrees outside. In the US, that's cold because we use Fahrenheit because we're, I don't know, the same reason we use inches, same reason we do a lot of dumb stuff. Anyway, I have like a space heater, but it's noisy, so I turn it off for the live stream, and it was warm at the beginning of the live stream because I had been running it beforehand, but now all that warm air has left. Hampus jerk felt. I hope you like it. I'm sorry that I teased at the beginning. It was heartfelt, but I felt like a jerk felt. Crystal Rose. With a Y and an A. Patrick Etta, you said, saw your channel and you sleep and eat Fresco. Cool. What can we do with this name? Wondering if there's like some sort of like it's just such a fancy sounding name. I want to like do something with that. Not that, but something might be happening. We just don't know what yet. Let's see. Might be forcing it. This might not be happening. I just... Maybe something is here. Let's see. Or just like over the top, fancy, swirly. I think it, you know, if it was like, because it kind of looks like the top of a rose or something. One thing I'm not completely sure about is this O, but I don't know. Let's see. This is a little too big for the document size I'm working in. Illustrating. You said talent is applied interest. Yes. I like that. Lee Corsack, he said, was an illustrator 2 decades ago. Your videos are an inspiration to pick up a pencil again. Cool, that's nice to hear. The Dead Razor Society bought that crispy set off Retro Supply, up my game. Oh, cool. The, that's my vector brush presets, I believe you were referring to. I forgot that, those were on Retro Supply Co. now. They used to just be my super mega illustration pack. Krusty Boot, you said your Wolverine as Ren and Stimpy character gave me the idea for your current drawing, which is a mashup of Donald Duck and John Wick, aka Don Wick. I love a good mashup. That sounds hilarious. Jessica, you said, how long would you say it takes to practice and get decent at lettering on the iPad? Well, I would say that it doesn't matter if it's the iPad, but, you know, I think there's a lot of variables. There's not a great answer. I think it really depends. I guess I did a lot of lettering that I thought was okay for many years, and then when I look at it now, I'm like, oh, it's not great. But you know, I think it's going to be different for everyone. I think also like there's different kinds of some lettering styles are like easier than others. I think one thing that's really helpful when you're starting out is to like trace existing letter forms, and it'll really help you to like get a feel for how the letters are drawn. I have 2 videos that are like ways to get started with lettering for beginners that I think are probably helpful in that regard that I would check out. I hope you like this crystal rose. I think it turned out pretty cool. How are we doing on time? Okay. Cannabis Saves. That's not a name. CA. Cannabis, what do we save in here? What does Cannabis Save? Is that really your last name? Okay. Let's do some block letter situation for this. We'll like do it kind of a curvy shape. I feel like I do this shape all the time. But I do that shape too much. Let's do a, you know what? Let's turn on symmetry for a minute and make a symmetrical shape. What am I doing here? Okay, well, let's turn off symmetry. And now on a new layer, I'm just gonna quickly write the letters in here. And then do the same. Oop, wrong tool. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will merge that down. Let's just merge this all together. Okay, so Cannabis saves says it's a vibe. The good Chad, you said you're on your quest for the silver play button too, way behind you, but went from 900 to 15,000 subs this month. Yeah, that is a big jump. That's wild. Good job. You show up in my suggested all the time, so you're doing something right. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna chop this up on a new layer. I'm gonna grab white and I'm going to cut this up for each letter. All right. Now, let's start cutting in to make these letter forms. I feel like it's got that psychedelic post, like a 60s poster vibe, which I feel like goes well with the name. KC Gonzalez, Chef Salty, you just wanted to say that by watching and learning your techniques, I can confidently say I've gotten better and consistently been drawing more now. More, so now, in short, thanks. Oh, thank you so much. That's amazing. Did you know that I illustrated a children's book called The Salty Avocado? That's because you said Chef Salty, and that's what it made me think of. So I'm going to select this, and then I'll just erase it from here. And now we've got this cannabis saves thing, which is kind of fun. I'm trying to think if it needs anything else. I think I might want to maybe just smooth out a couple little edges here. That's not what I wanted. I got distracted, forgot what I was doing. Okay. like this subtle, because it says saves, I feel like I just want a subtle little 3D thing, but like as an outline. Yeah. Grabbed the wrong tool 3 times in a row. Okay. Cool. I think that looks fun. Merge down. Delete. Delete. Oops. All right, we can do another one. Stink Co. Art. Illustrating. You said, I think it's funny how I never think I'm improving, yet my old artwork is somehow getting worse. Yes, I feel the same way. That's sort of like why I made that video that'll be coming out on Tuesday. Where it's like, how do you even know if you're getting better? So by revisiting drawings that I did in the past, I had a very clear before and after. Stink Co. Art. I think there's no choice but to make it stinky, like a stink cloud. I think that's what we have to do. So I'm thinking, like, if we have roughly kind of a fart cloudish shape, maybe it's just like a full-on a fart. It's a fart shape, and we can maybe we can do something with this. Let's oh no. The T and the I. Okay, let's see if we can fit stink. It's, you know, we're very rough at this point because we're problem solving, but we gotta do this first and then. Daryl, you said, "Hey boss, do you think that getting a good chair made a big difference in your productivity, or is it something else that helped you get more?" I don't necessarily think it was the chair, though I did obsess over chairs for a long time. Part of it was because my first job out of art school was at a design studio, and we had Herman Miller Aeron chairs, which are arguably the most comfortable chairs ever for like working. And it sort of like ruined chairs for me, like office chairs, for a long time. And I remember just like I kept trying to get better. Even I remember getting like the most expensive chair at like Staples at the time and thinking, this is obviously going to do it. And it just is terrible. Because like the Herman Miller chairs new are like very expensive. I think they're like $2,000 or something like that. Anyway, I ended up just like hunting one down on Craigslist or something, and getting it for, a fraction of the cost. And I had it for like 10 years, up until it was like the chair I used every single day, up until FlexiSpot sponsored a video, and I got this FlexiSpot chair, which is good timing because the Aeron chair was like getting a little creaky. Like it was still super comfortable, but it was noisy, so like it was annoying when I was recording video. Anyway, it's nice being comfortable, but I don't know how much it really affects my productivity, especially because I like to draw on the couch a lot. All right. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer. One of the issues with this is that it's like losing some of the energy. It's too static, doesn't feel stink cloudy enough. So one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm thinking maybe if I use not that one, the liquify to like give it more shape. It might help. But it's a little, it needs, I think what I need to do is draw these letter forms without the wiggles, and that'll help me to make it more dynamic. Okay. Now we can use that to make it better. Stink color, he said. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you, Chris. Uh, Patrick Putman, I think you should draw a couple step-by-step tutorials on how to draw characters. That would be fun. You know, I feel like I keep saying about things that are coming up. I'm actually working on a video for Envato where I am drawing some pets, but I'm like stylizing them in different ways, like different ways to approach the stylization. And I think that's sort of in line with what you're saying. All right, we got the Stinkco, and my plan is to put the art in the fart. It is kind of a fart cloud. I think we just need to fix. There's like a little bit of a up at the top here. I just feel like this is not right. You might need like just kind of a then just like a is what we need here. Stinkco art. That was fun. That's the end. I've run out of time. This has been fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We did a lot of different types of lettering today. I hope you had fun. I will have a new video on Tuesday. and I will see you for another live stream next Friday. Smash the thumbs on the way out. If you are not a subscriber, I am really close to 100,000 and I would like to get there. So please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everyone you know. We're trying to get that silver play button. I might do some crazy, like, all day live stream or something. So, I don't know. Smash my thumbs on the way out. Does my little thumb smasher guy work? Is it playing? Dang it. I broke it. I used to have a little animation. Everything's broken right now. All right. You're all the best. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye.